How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. The shorts are desperate. The bears are desperate for us to go lower in the crypto market. I want to explain what's happening behind the scenes, why you probably want to be bullish, but why people are pushing us to go lower. If you don't mind, hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this as soon as I make them. Also, there are going to be a couple links underneath the video in case you want to try out Margex and you want to start trading cryptocurrency. You can use the link underneath the video. If you think we're going lower, you can short the market. If you think we're going higher, you can long the market. Anything from 5x to 100x leverage, and you can get this set up in just a few minutes. There's also a link to Bitcoin 2025. If you want to go to Vegas to the Bitcoin conference, I would highly suggest it. If you are investing in crypto, I think it's important to meet other people investing in crypto, and it is a very fun time. You get to learn a lot about the market in general and the people that are in it. So check out that link underneath the video with the code MyFinancialFriend. You get 10% off. Now, in this morning's video, if you haven't already seen that, I would go watch it. I'll put it on the end screen, but we talk a lot about funding. We talk about the market and where we're sitting right now. Funding, depending on what crypto you're looking at, is negative. I showed this morning we had a negative ETH funding rate, and look at this. Someone is desperate to slam ETH lower. About the Ether crash last week, biggest surge in CFTC Ether leverage shorts on record. So a lot of people shorting the market, some people taking some off the table. As you can see here, at least on Bitcoin, right, there are a lot of shorts that would get liquidated if we move higher. Way more shorts being liquidated than longs. It's probably very similar on a lot of different cryptocurrencies. So there are shorts being very aggressive here, and you can see that when we have negative funding rates. But we'll talk about why there are probably so many people that want the price to go lower. But this week, Miles the Shooter just posted this, actually, talking about some of the highest alpha posts this week. And a lot of these are bullish. Let's just go through a couple right now. We have a nice early bull setup on our hands. Sentiment reset and leverage flush, while most quality crypto assets put in significantly higher lows than we saw in 2023. Meanwhile, central banks globally are about to be forced into easing. A bit more turbulence possible in Q3, but regardless, a beautiful early setup. Yes, we have quantitative easing coming. We have lower rates. We have more money printing. We have all different kinds of buyback programs. Miles says for post 2, are you really bearish right now? So you're going to tell me that Bitcoin just experienced its first 33% correction of the bull market. 2 prior 20+% corrections. Sol corrected 45%. 2 prior 45% plus corrections. ETH 38%. Funding rates have now fully reset. Supply overhangs / forced sellers have been largely liquidated, including the German government, Jump Capital, Mt. Gox, FTX creditors, Grayscale, and ETH Trust. Bitcoin MVRV is down to 1.47. Sentiment flipped to fearful. Business cycle is bottoming. Fed expected to cut. Bank of Japan took their foot off the accelerator, or their finger off the trigger. U.S. Treasuries running at a 6% budget deficit. Crypto becoming an election issue, etc. We could continue on. Major wealth managers now selling Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's go on to the next one, though, here. So we're on post 3. Bitcoin is on track, is still on track from a cycle POV. So I covered this in the last couple days. We're about 4x from the bottom. Last cycle, we got up to about 20x. The cycle before that, 100x. Wave 2 of ETF flows is here. The market seems to have a habit of providing opportune discounts prior to bullish events. We continue to see that. Morgan Stanley now is telling wealth advisors that they can pitch the Bitcoin ETFs, and we've talked about this several times. We also have, I think it was Wells Fargo, pushing it to their clients. Now, the current trading setup, you can actually go view this if you want. This is a little bit lengthy, so I'm going to skip past this. But 50K swept, you basically had to bid the first break, and EV was too great not to. Longers are now either spot chads or leverage wicks. Goes on to say that all in all, RR was skewed much in favor of longs at this point, as hard as it is to believe, there's a wealth of bullish confluence possibly forming. Is it over, or has the real bull market just begun? If you're feeling lost, here's my game plan to navigate the rest of the cycle. First, you can't make good decisions if your emotions are compromised. Take a few days off if you need to calm down. Agreed. Then lays out a portfolio strategy, a couple other things including cash flow's king, learning, etc. So a good bull market strategy. Top altcoins returns from the bottom quite high. I mean, if you nail an altcoin perfectly, you're gonna make a ton of money. There's a lack of narratives right now. Great write-up. Lack of narratives equals create new narrative. Lack of narratives equals a creation of new narratives. We're currently in a phase where there's a noticeable lack of compelling narratives. Yeah, that's what they say. I think you have central banks easing. You have the fall, which typically is a really good time in crypto. You have countries buying, etc. Coins to keep an eye on, and full Solana fundamentals / metrics breakdown. Now, personally, I think we have a lot of narratives. And while I say this, I fully know that there's going to be a battle of bears versus bulls. The fact is, bears do want this market to go lower. Why do they want that? Well, obviously, if we go up and wealthy individuals buy a bunch of Bitcoin, yes, they can make tons of money. But what I've said before is Blackrock and the other players that be the large entities probably want more time to buy Bitcoin. So if they can wick some people out, they can go sideways for a while, great. They can buy a lot more Bitcoin. They can wick people out. They can create more buying in points. They can buy a much larger quantity of Bitcoin. And then they can push us up to the same levels, maybe even higher, if we don't just have a blow off top right away. So it makes sense for them to play around with people, have us wake up, down, up, down, up, down, force out a lot of people, create a lot of liquidations, create a lot of coins that people want to sell because they're just sick of it, they get bored, etc. And then they push us up higher. So it's a great setup for individuals or for large corporations, for wealthy nations to buy a lot of Bitcoin and then force us up higher later. So yes, shorts do want to liquidate you. They want the market to feel pain. People in general, the wealthy elites, want to cause pain. They want to buy a significant amount and then force it higher because there is unlimited wealth, right? There's unlimited money. There's unlimited money printing. So this will continue. Just, I think the key is to not get wicked out, not to get sidetracked, not to dial out. You need to be paying attention to the market, pay attention to what's happening behind the scenes. And then you can get really wealthy, right? Everything is leaning bullish. And when everything leans bullish, but the price doesn't quite match up, that is an opportunity. Let me know your thoughts, though, underneath the video. If you want to trade crypto, again, there's that link to Margex. Thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe. Check out this video on the end screen. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.